Hello, my dear friends. This is a story about a boy named Alex and his journey of learning to talk to people in English. The story is written in a simple way so that everyone can understand it easily. Through Alex's experiences, you'll see how he overcame challenges, gained confidence, and learned to communicate effectively in English. It's not just a story about language, it's about courage, persistence, and the power of human connection. Whether you're a beginner in English or just love a good story, this tale is for you. The story. Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by green hills, there lived a curious boy named Alex. Alex was 12 years old and loved reading books. He had a strong desire to learn new things, but there was one challenge he faced. Alex struggled to speak in English. Although he could understand a few words and phrases, whenever someone spoke to him in English, he felt nervous and shy. He often worried about making mistakes or being laughed at. One day, Alex's teacher, Mr. Brown, announced a new activity in school. Next month, we are organizing an International Friendship Day. Students from other countries will visit our school, and we will have many fun activities. You'll all get a chance to make new friends and talk to them in English. Alex's heart skipped a beat. How could he talk to someone in English when he could barely say a full sentence? That night he told his mother, "I don't think I can do it, Mom. I'll just embarrass myself." His mother smiled and said, "Alex, everyone starts somewhere. Mistakes are part of learning. Let's make a plan together to help you." Step by step over the next few weeks, Alex began his journey of learning to speak English. Reading books aloud. Alex's mother gave him simple English storybooks. Every evening he would read a few pages out loud. At first, he stumbled over the words, but his mother encouraged him. "It's okay, Alex. You're improving every day," she said, listening to stories. Alex started listening to English audiobooks and watching cartoons with subtitles. This helped him understand how words were pronounced and used in sentences. Practicing with friends. His best friend, Sam, decided to help. "Let's talk to each other in English for 10 minutes every day," Sam suggested. Though their conversations were full of pauses and giggles, they gradually became better. The day of the event. Finally, the day of the International Friendship Day arrived. The school was buzzing with excitement. Students from different countries had come, and the hall was decorated with colorful flags and balloons. Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. "What if I say something wrong?" he thought. As he stood in the corner, a boy from another country approached him and smiled. "Hi, my name is Daniel. What's your name?" For a moment, Alex froze, but then he remembered his mother's words. Mistakes are part of learning. He took a deep breath and replied, "Hello, my name is Alex." Daniel's smile grew wider. "Nice to meet you, Alex. Which games do you like to play?" Alex hesitated but managed to say, "I like football and chess." As the conversation continued, Alex realized something amazing. Daniel didn't care if Alex made small mistakes. They laughed, shared stories about their hobbies, and even played a game together. A new beginning. By the end of the day, Alex had spoken to 5 different students from various countries. Each conversation gave him more confidence. When he returned home, he proudly told his mother, "Mom, I did it. I talked to people in English, and it was fun." His mother hugged him and said, "I'm so proud of you, Alex. Remember, learning is a journey, and you've taken the first big step." From that day forward, Alex practiced English every day. He joined an online language club, wrote short stories, and even started helping his classmates with English. Years later, Alex became a teacher, inspiring children to believe in themselves and never give up. He often told his students, "When you try, you win, even if you make mistakes along the way." Building deeper connections. After the International Friendship Day event, Alex was filled with a new sense of confidence. However, he soon realized that his journey had just begun. Talking to people in English once was a good start, but he wanted to speak fluently and express his thoughts more clearly. One evening, while Alex was reviewing his English notes, his mother entered the room. "Alex, you've come so far already. What's next on your list?" she asked. Alex paused for a moment and said, "Mom, I want to be able to have long conversations without pausing too much or searching for words. I want to sound natural." His mother nodded. "That's a wonderful goal, Alex. Let's find more ways to help you." Joining the English club the next day, Alex's teacher, Mr. Brown, announced the formation of an after-school English club. It was a place where students could practice speaking English, play word games, and perform skits in front of an audience. When Alex heard about it, he was both excited and scared. What if I'm not good enough, he wondered. Sam, his best friend, encouraged him. "We can join together, Alex. It'll be fun, and everyone there is learning just like you." Alex agreed and decided to give it a try. The first English club meeting. At the club, Alex was amazed to see so many students. Some were confident speakers, while others were just starting, like him. Mr. Brown greeted everyone warmly. "Welcome, students. This is a space to learn, make mistakes, and grow together. Remember, speaking a new language is like planting a tree. It takes time and care, but the results are beautiful." The first activity was a simple introduction. Each student had to stand up and say their name, favorite hobby, and one thing they wanted to learn in English. When it was Alex's turn, his palms felt sweaty. Slowly he stood up and said, "Hello, my name is Alex. I like football and chess. I want to learn how to talk better in English." The room filled with applause. Mr. Brown smiled and said, "Well done, Alex. That's a great start." Alex sat down, feeling a mix of relief and pride, practicing conversations. Over the next few weeks, the English club became Alex's favorite part of the week. Each session was filled with activities that helped him improve his skills, role-playing games. One day, the club members were asked to act out scenes like ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions. Alex partnered with Sam, and they pretended to be customers at a cafe. At first, Alex fumbled with words, but soon he started enjoying it. Word games. The club played games like Scrabble and Pictionary to expand their vocabulary. Alex discovered new words like delicious, adventure, and explore, which he eagerly started using in his sentences. Storytelling. Mr. Brown introduced a storytelling activity where students had to narrate a short story. Alex was nervous, but decided to talk about his favorite football match. As he spoke, he noticed how everyone listened attentively, encouraging him with nods and smiles. Overcoming challenges. Of course, the journey wasn't always smooth. Alex faced several challenges. Pronunciation struggles. Sometimes he mispronounced words, which made him feel embarrassed. But Mr. Brown reminded him, "Every mistake you make is a step toward improvement. Don't be afraid to try again. Fear of being judged. There were moments when Alex felt that others spoke better than him. However, his friends in the club reassured him, saying, "We're all here to learn, Alex. You're doing great." Finding time to practice. With schoolwork and other activities, Alex found it hard to practice regularly. To solve this, he started setting aside 15 minutes each day to read, write, or talk in English. A memorable experience. One day, Mr. Brown announced that the English Club would host a small play during the school's annual day celebration. The play was about a group of friends going on a treasure hunt. When the roles were assigned, Alex was chosen to play the lead character, a boy who guided his friends using a map. At first, Alex was terrified. "How will I remember all my lines?" he asked Sam. Sam laughed and said, "We'll practice together, Alex. You've got this." For weeks, Alex rehearsed his lines. He practiced in front of the mirror with his family and even recorded himself to check his pronunciation. On the day of the performance, Alex stood on the stage, his heart pounding. As the play began, he took a deep breath and delivered his lines confidently. The audience cheered, and for the first time, Alex felt the joy of expressing himself in English without fear. The turning point. The success of the play was a turning point for Alex. It showed him that with effort and persistence, he could achieve anything. He started participating in more activities like debates and group discussions. One day, Mr. Brown gave Alex a special task. "Alex, I want you to mentor the new students in the English Club." One day, Mr. Brown gave Alex a special task. "Alex, I want you to mentor the new students in the English Club. Share your journey with them and help them feel comfortable." Alex was thrilled. He remembered how nervous he had been when he first started and wanted to inspire others. A glimpse into the future. As months turned into years, Alex's English skills improved tremendously. He not only spoke fluently, but also wrote essays and stories in English. When Alex turned 18, he received a scholarship to study in another country. At the airport, he hugged his mother and said, "Mom, thank you for believing in me. Because of you, I'm not afraid to talk to anyone anymore." His mother smiled with tears in her eyes. "Alex, this is just the beginning. Keep learning, keep growing, and always remember, you can do anything if you try." Alex becomes a helper. After becoming a mentor in the English Club, Alex discovered something wonderful. He loved helping others. He remembered how nervous he had been in the beginning, and he wanted to make sure no one else felt that way. One day, a younger student named Mia joined the club. She was shy and rarely spoke, reminding Alex of himself a few years ago. During a group activity, Mia struggled to introduce herself, her face turning red as she mumbled, "My name is Mia." Alex stepped in with a gentle smile. "Hi, Mia. That's a great start. Let's practice together. Can you say it again with me?" Mia nodded, and Alex patiently guided her. Over time, Mia grew more comfortable, and her confidence blossomed. Seeing Mia's progress made Alex realize that learning a language wasn't just about himself. It was about building bridges and helping others find their voice. A pen pal from another country. One day, Mr. Brown introduced a new activity, writing to pen pals from another country. Each student was paired with a student abroad to exchange letters in English. Alex was paired with a boy named Ethan from Australia. At first, Alex was nervous about writing a letter. What if my grammar is wrong? He worried. But Mr. Brown encouraged him, saying, "The goal is communication, Alex. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for connection." In his first letter, Alex introduced himself. "Hello, Ethan. My name is Alex. I'm 13 years old and live in a small town. I love football, reading books, and playing chess. I am learning English and want to be better at it. What do you like to do?" To his surprise, Ethan replied quickly, "Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. I'm 14 years old and live in Sydney. I love surfing and playing video games. Your English is great. Don't worry about mistakes. I make them too when I try to learn Spanish." Their friendship grew as they exchanged letters. Alex learned about Australian culture, including kangaroos, surfing, and even how Australians said "g'day" to greet people. Ethan's encouragement helped Alex feel more confident in his writing. Soon their letters turned into video calls where they talked about everything from school to their favorite foods. The Debate Challenge. One day, the school announced a debate competition. The topic was, why learning a second language is important. Mr. Brown encouraged Alex to participate, knowing it would be a chance to showcase his progress. Alex hesitated. A debate? That's so formal. What if I forget my points? But Sam, always the supportive friend, said, "You've got this, Alex. Just think of it as a conversation where you share your thoughts. Plus, you're passionate about this topic. You've lived it." Alex prepared diligently, practicing his arguments in front of his family and friends. On the day of the competition, he stood on stage, took a deep breath, and began. "Good morning, everyone. My name is Alex, and today I want to share why learning a second language is so important. It opens doors to new cultures, helps us make friends from around the world, and makes us more confident in ourselves." His voice grew stronger as he shared his personal experiences, including his friendship with Ethan and his journey in the English club. The audience listened intently, and by the end of his speech, Alex received thunderous applause. Though he didn't win first place, Alex felt like a winner. He had faced his fears and expressed himself in a way he never thought possible. The ripple effect. Alex's growing confidence began to influence those around him. Seeing his success, more students joined the English club. Alex became a role model, showing them that mistakes were just stepping stones to improvement. Even outside of school, Alex found opportunities to use his skills. At a local market, he met a tourist who needed directions. Without hesitation, Alex approached and said, "Hello, can I help you?" The tourist smiled and said, "Yes, thank you. I'm looking for the museum." Alex explained the directions in simple English, and the tourist thanked him warmly. This small interaction made Alex realize how powerful communication could be. It was a tool to help others and connect with the world. Family support. Throughout his journey, Alex's family played a crucial role. His mother continued to encourage him, often practicing with him at the dinner table. His younger sister, Lily, also joined in, asking Alex to teach her new English words. One day, Alex's father, who worked as a mechanic, shared a story. "Alex, I met a customer from another country today. He didn't speak our language, but because of you, I've learned a few English phrases. I was able to help him, and it felt amazing." Hearing this, Alex felt proud. His journey was not just transforming his life, but also impacting his family in meaningful ways. preparing for the big move. As Alex grew older, his dream of studying abroad became a reality. He was accepted into a cultural exchange program in England. The day before his flight, Alex reflected on how far he had come. He wrote in his journal, "I used to be afraid of speaking in English. I thought I would never be good enough. But now I realize that every word I've spoken, every mistake I've made, has brought me here. This is just the beginning of my journey." At the airport, Alex hugged his family tightly. "I'll miss you all, but I promise to write and call often." His mother smiled. "Go and explore the world, Alex. We're so proud of you." A new chapter in England, Alex faced new challenges, understanding different accents, adapting to a new culture, and making friends in a foreign land. But his experiences had prepared him well. He joined a debate team, volunteered as a language tutor, and even started a blog about his journey as a language learner. His story inspired readers worldwide, proving that with determination, anyone could overcome language barriers. One day, during a speech at an international conference, Alex concluded with these words, "Language is more than just words. It's a bridge that connects people, cultures, and hearts. I'm standing here today because I dared to speak, dared to try, and dared to believe in myself. If I can do it, so can you." The audience erupted into applause, and Alex realized that his journey had come full circle. Settling into a new world. When Alex arrived in England, everything felt unfamiliar. The streets were bustling with people from all walks of life, and the accents were different from the English he had practiced. At first, Alex struggled to understand the fast-paced conversations around him. One day, while shopping for groceries, the cashier said, "You all right?" Alex was puzzled. Am I all right? Did I do something wrong, he wondered. Later, he learned it was just a common way of saying, "How are you?" in British English. These small cultural differences made Alex realize that learning a language wasn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It was also about understanding how people lived and communicated in different parts of the world. The power of observation. To adapt, Alex began paying close attention to how people spoke and behaved. He noticed how they used phrases like cheers to say thank you or goodbye, and how they often added please and sorry to their sentences. Alex also listened carefully during conversations, picking up new words and expressions. He carried a small notebook where he wrote down phrases like, "Fancy a cup of tea. Would you like a cup of tea? It's not my cup of tea. It's not something I like." These notes became his treasure trove of learning. Making friends in England. In his university dormitory, Alex met students from all over the world. There was Maria from Spain, who loved singing, and Ravi from India, who cooked delicious curries. At first, Alex felt nervous talking to them, but he reminded himself of his journey so far. During a welcome party, Ravi offered Alex a plate of samosas and said, "Try this. It's spicy, but you'll love it." Alex smiled and replied, "Thank you. I like trying new food." The conversation started small, but grew into a discussion about their cultures, traditions, and even favorite childhood memories. Maria chimed in, saying, "Alex, your English is so good. Did you grow up speaking it?" Alex laughed and shared his story about learning English, including his struggles and successes. His openness inspired Maria, who admitted she was also trying to improve her English. Together, they decided to practice by having daily conversations, overcoming loneliness. Despite making new friends, Alex sometimes felt homesick. He missed his family, the familiar sights of his hometown, and the comfort of speaking his native language. One evening, as he sat alone in his room, he decided to call his mother. "Mom, it's hard being here. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong." His mother listened patiently and said, "Alex, remember that growth happens outside of your comfort zone. You've come so far already. Take it one day at a time, and soon this new place will feel like home." Her words gave Alex strength. He decided to channel his feelings into something positive. Joining a public speaking club, Alex found a local public speaking club called Toastmasters. Members gathered weekly to practice giving speeches and improve their communication skills. During his first meeting, Alex was amazed by how confidently the speakers presented their ideas. When it was his turn to introduce himself, his hands shook, but he managed to say, "Hello, everyone. My name is Alex, and I'm here because I want to become a better speaker. English is not my first language, but I'm learning every day." The audience applauded warmly, and the club president said, "That's a fantastic start, Alex. We're excited to have you here." Over time, Alex gave more speeches, from sharing his favorite childhood story to discussing how learning English changed his life. Each time he received feedback that helped him grow. The turning point: hosting an event. One day, the university's international office announced a cultural festival, and Alex was asked to host the event. At first he panicked. Hosting in front of hundreds of people? But Ravi and Maria encouraged him. "Alex, you're perfect for this. You've been practicing public speaking. You're ready." Determined to overcome his fear, Alex prepared diligently. He wrote scripts, rehearsed in front of a mirror, and even recorded himself to fine-tune his pronunciation. On the day of the festival, Alex stood on stage facing a large audience. His heart raced, but as he welcomed everyone with a warm smile and a confident, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to our cultural festival," the crowd cheered. Throughout the event, Alex introduced performers, shared anecdotes, and even made the audience laugh with light jokes. By the end, he received a standing ovation. Connecting through stories after the festival, many students approached Alex to congratulate him. One student from Japan said, "Your story inspired me. I've been afraid to speak in English, but now I feel like I can try." This moment touched Alex deeply. He realized that his journey wasn't just about personal growth. It was about encouraging others to believe in themselves. Alex began hosting workshops for international students, sharing practical tips on improving their English and building confidence. He called it Speak to Connect, emphasizing the importance of communication in forming meaningful relationships. Achieving a lifelong dream. Years later, Alex graduated with honors and was offered a job at a global organization. His role involved traveling to different countries, connecting with people from diverse backgrounds, and using his language skills to bridge gaps. During his first work trip to a conference in Singapore, Alex gave a keynote speech titled, "From Fear to Fluency, My Journey of Learning to Speak English." He began, "When I was 12, I could barely say a sentence in English without feeling nervous. Today, I'm standing here, speaking to all of you, because I believed in the power of persistence and practice. Language is not just a tool, it's a key to understanding and connecting with the world. The audience erupted in applause, and many came up to him afterward to share how his story had motivated them. A legacy of inspiration. Alex's journey came full circle when he returned to his hometown years later. He visited his old school, where Mr. Brown invited him to speak to the students. Standing in the same classroom where his journey began, Alex said, "Dear students, I was once where you are, afraid of making mistakes, unsure of myself, but every word I practiced, every mistake I made led me here. Don't let fear stop you. Speak, learn, and grow. The world is waiting to hear your voice." As he finished, the students cheered, and Mr. Brown looked on proudly. A new beginning, empowering others. After Alex's inspiring return to his hometown, word about his success began to spread. Local schools and organizations invited him to give talks about his experiences. Soon, Alex became a well-known speaker and mentor, particularly for students and young professionals who struggled with learning English. One day, Alex received an invitation from a nonprofit organization. They wanted him to help develop an English learning program for underprivileged. One student, Ravi, reminded Alex of himself as a child. Ravi was shy and often hesitated to speak, fearing he would make mistakes. During one lesson, Alex noticed Ravi sitting silently at the back of the classroom. After class, Alex approached him. "Hey, Ravi," Alex said gently. "I noticed you were quiet today. Is something bothering you?" Ravi looked down and muttered, "I don't know how to say things in English. Everyone else is so much better than me." Alex knelt to Ravi's level and smiled. "You know, I used to feel the same way, but do you know what helped me? I started with small words, one at a time. Let's try something together. How about we practice saying, 'Hello, my name is Ravi'?" Ravi hesitated, but eventually repeated the sentence. Alex cheered. "That was perfect. See? You can do it." Over time, Ravi's confidence grew, and he began participating in class. Watching Ravi's transformation reminded Alex of how meaningful his work was. The ripple effect. As Words for the World grew, Alex noticed a ripple effect. The children he taught began sharing their knowledge with their families and communities. Parents who couldn't attend school as children started learning English from their kids, creating a culture of learning and growth. One mother approached Alex after a community event. "Mr. Alex," she said, her voice filled with emotion, "my daughter can now read and write in English because of your program. She even helped me fill out an important form for my work. Thank you for changing our lives." Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment. This wasn't just about teaching English. It was about empowering people to overcome barriers and achieve their dreams. A global platform. As Alex's work gained recognition, he was invited to join a global education initiative aimed at promoting language learning and cultural exchange. This opportunity allowed Alex to travel to different countries, sharing his expertise and learning from educators worldwide. In Japan, he collaborated with teachers to create interactive English learning games. In Kenya, he worked with communities to design bilingual storybooks that blended English with local languages. Each experience deepened his understanding of how language connected people across diverse cultures. A special meeting. During a conference in New York, Alex was introduced to a woman named Emma, a linguist who had spent years researching how children learn languages. Emma said, "I've heard about your story, Alex. It's incredible how you turned your own struggles into a mission to help others. I'd love to collaborate on a project that uses technology to make language learning accessible to even more people." Excited by the idea, Alex and Emma began developing an app called Speakeasy. The app used AI to provide personalized feedback, helping users practice speaking in real-life scenarios. It also included stories, games, and interactive lessons designed to make learning fun and engaging. Within a year, Speakeasy became a global success, reaching millions of users, balancing success and self-reflection. As Alex's work continued to grow, he faced the challenge of balancing his professional commitments with personal time. Traveling frequently and managing projects left little time for himself or his family. One evening, while on a video call with his mother, she said, "Alex, you've achieved so much, but don't forget to take care of yourself. Success is meaningful when you have time to enjoy it." Her words struck a chord with Alex. He realized that while he was passionate about his work, he needed to find a balance. Returning home after years of traveling, Alex decided to spend a few months in his hometown to reconnect with his roots. He visited his old school, walked through the familiar streets, and spent time with his family. During his stay, he organized a community event called Languages Unite, bringing people together to celebrate the power of communication. The event featured cultural performances, storytelling, and a session where attendees could share their language learning journeys. One of the speakers was Ravi, the shy boy Alex had mentored years ago, now a confident young man. Ravi shared his story of overcoming fear and pursuing his dream of becoming a teacher. "Alex believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself," Ravi said, looking at his mentor. "Today I'm standing here because of him." Tears filled Alex's eyes as he realized the profound impact of his journey. A vision for the future. Inspired by his experiences, Alex began working on a book titled Speak to Connect: My Journey from Fear to Fluency. The book combined his personal story with practical advice for language learners, emphasizing the importance of persistence, curiosity, and building a global network. As Alex's influence grew, he began collaborating with international organizations dedicated to education and cultural exchange. He spearheaded a project called Language Bridges, aimed at creating opportunities for people in underserved communities worldwide to learn English and other languages. This initiative brought together educators, volunteers, and linguists from over 30 countries. Alex traveled extensively, visiting remote villages, urban schools, and refugee camps, where he shared resources and trained teachers to implement effective language programs. One of his most memorable trips was to a small village in Peru, where children were eager to learn English to connect with the world beyond their mountains. During a lesson, a young girl named Camila asked Alex, "Why do you travel so far to teach us?" Alex knelt to her level, smiled, and said, "Because every voice matters, Camila. When you learn to speak a new language, you're not just learning words. You're unlocking doors to dreams and friendships across the world." Camilla's eyes sparkled with hope. and Alex knew his work was making a difference. Recognition and reflection. Alex's efforts didn't go unnoticed. He was invited to speak at the United Nations during International Literacy Day. Standing on the grand stage, he addressed an audience of world leaders, educators, and advocates. He began his speech with a heartfelt story. When I was a young boy, I was terrified of speaking English. I thought I wasn't good enough, that I would never be understood. But here I am today, speaking to you, because someone believed in me, and because I chose to believe in myself. The room erupted in applause, and Alex felt a profound sense of gratitude for his journey and the people who had supported him along the way. A personal milestone. Amid his professional achievements, Alex found himself reflecting on his personal life. While his work brought him immense joy, he realized he wanted to build deeper connections. During a conference in Berlin, he reconnected with Emma, his collaborator on the Speakeasy app. Over dinner, they shared stories about their travels, dreams, and the challenges of balancing work and personal lives. As their friendship grew, so did their affection for each other. Emma admired Alex's humility and passion, while Alex appreciated Emma's brilliance and empathy. One evening, while walking along the river Spree, Alex turned to Emma and said, "You've been such an important part of my journey. I can't imagine continuing this without you by my side." Emma smiled and replied, "Alex, I've always believed in your vision, and now I believe in us too." Their relationship blossomed, adding a new dimension of love and partnership to Alex's life. Mentoring the next generation. As Alex approached his late 30s, he began focusing on mentoring young leaders who could carry forward his vision. He established the Alex Carter Foundation, offering scholarships and resources to aspiring educators and language learners. One of the foundation's recipients was Sophia, a brilliant but underprivileged teenager from Brazil. Sophia had dreams of becoming an English teacher, but lacked the resources to pursue higher education. Through the foundation's support, Sophia not only completed her studies, but also became a teacher in her community, empowering other young people to learn English and expand their horizons. During a meeting with Alex, Sophia said, "Your story gave me the courage to follow my dreams. Now, I want to inspire others just like you inspired me." Hearing this, Alex realized that his legacy wasn't just about his own achievements. It was about the lives he touched and the ripple effect of his work. Returning to his roots. Years later, Alex decided to settle back in his hometown with Emma and their young son, Liam. He wanted Liam to grow up in the same supportive and loving environment that had shaped him. Alex reopened the Old English Club at his school, now called Alex's Academy, inviting students and adults alike to join. He taught classes, hosted cultural exchange events, and even started a podcast to share stories from his global adventures. One day, while teaching a group of eager children, Liam tugged at Alex's sleeve and asked, "Dad, can I teach too?" Alex smiled and said, "Of course, Liam. Teaching is about sharing what you know and helping others grow. Let's do it together." Watching his son lead a simple exercise with the children, Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment. His journey had come full circle, and he was passing on the torch to the next generation. A legacy that lives on. As Alex entered his 50s, he reflected on his life's work. He published another book, The Power of Words, Building Bridges Across the World, a blend of memoir and practical advice for educators and learners. A legacy that lives on. As Alex entered his 50s, he reflected on his life's work. He published another book, The Power of Words, Building Bridges Across the World, a blend of memoir and practical advice for educators and learners. The book became a staple in schools and universities, inspiring millions to embrace language learning as a tool for connection and empowerment. In his final chapter, Alex wrote, "Language is the key to understanding, empathy, and change. It's not just about learning to speak. It's about learning to listen, to connect, and to create a better world. My journey began with fear, but it ended with hope. And now, I pass that hope to you." Final reflection. In the quiet moments of his life, Alex often sat in his garden, watching Liam play and reflecting on how far he had come. He thought about Mr. Brown, his first mentor, and the countless people who had supported him along the way. One day, as he and Emma sipped tea on the porch, Alex said, "I used to think learning English was about proving something to myself. But now I know it was about finding my voice and helping others find theirs." Emma nodded and replied, "And you've done that, Alex. You've built something that will last far beyond us." With a smile, Alex watched the sun set, knowing that his journey, filled with challenges, triumphs, and love, was a testament to the power of persistence, courage, and connection. Mastering English communication, or any new language, is a journey that involves persistence, patience, and the right approach. Below are some detailed, easy-to-follow tips and tricks designed to help anyone, regardless of their current skill level, improve their English speaking, listening, and confidence. 1. Build a strong foundation with basics. Before diving into advanced vocabulary or complex sentences, ensure that your foundation in English is solid. Start with simple words and phrases. Learn commonly used words and phrases like greetings, introductions, and basic questions. Example: "Hello, how are you?" Or "Where is the bus stop?" Focus on grammar basics. Understand sentence structure, subject, verb, object, and tenses. Example: present tense, I eat breakfast. Past tense, I ate breakfast. Future tense, I will eat breakfast. By mastering these basics, you'll gain the confidence to form correct and meaningful sentences. 2. Listen actively. Listening is one of the most important aspects of learning any language. It helps you understand pronunciation, tone, and natural conversation flow. Watch English content. Start with shows, movies, or YouTube videos in English. Use subtitles to help you follow along. Beginner level. Watch children's shows or slow-speaking content like Peppa Pig or Dora the Explorer. Intermediate level. Move to shows with simple plots, such as Friends or The Office. Advanced level. Watch news channels or documentaries to pick up formal vocabulary. Practice shadowing. While listening to a sentence, pause and repeat it out loud to mimic pronunciation and tone. This technique improves fluency and builds muscle memory for speech. 3. Speak without fear. Fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest barriers to learning English. It's important to let go of this fear and practice speaking as much as possible. Start with small conversations. Practice speaking to yourself in the mirror or recording your voice. Example: what did I do today? I woke up, ate breakfast, and went to the market. Use language partners. Find a friend, family member, or language exchange partner to practice speaking with. Apps like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with English speakers worldwide. Learn key phrases for mistakes. If you're stuck, use phrases like, "Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't understand. Can you explain?" How do you say this in English? Remember, mistakes are part of the process. The more you practice, the better you'll get. 4. Expand your vocabulary. Having a diverse vocabulary allows you to express yourself more clearly and confidently. Learn 5-10 new words daily. Write them in a notebook, along with their meanings and example sentences. Example: word, explore. Meaning: to travel or discover something. Sentence: I want to explore new cities during my vacation. Group related words together. Learn words by theme, for example, food, travel, emotions. This makes it easier to remember. Example: apple, banana, orange, equal sign fruits. Use flashcards or apps. Tools like Quizlet or Anki make it fun to review and memorize new words. 5. Immerse yourself in the language. Immersion is one of the fastest ways to improve your language skills. Change your environment. Set your phone, social media, and computer to English. This forces you to engage with the language daily. Think in English. Practice forming your thoughts in English instead of translating from your native language. Example: instead of thinking, "I need to go to the market," in your native language, think directly in English. Join English-speaking communities. Participate in online forums, local meetups, or clubs where English is spoken. 6. Focus on pronunciation and accent. Clear pronunciation is key to being understood. Even if your accent isn't perfect, learn phonetics. English has sounds that may not exist in your native language. Focus on challenging sounds like "thisat" in think or this. Use pronunciation apps. Apps like ElsaSpeak or Speechling analyze your pronunciation and offer tips to improve. Record and compare. Record yourself speaking and compare it to native speakers. Identify areas for improvement. 7. Practice daily conversations. Consistent practice is more effective than occasional study sessions. Start small. Use English in everyday situations like ordering food, greeting neighbors, or asking for directions. Ask open-ended questions. This encourages longer conversations. Example: instead of "Do you like pizza?" ask, "What's your favorite type of pizza?" Join clubs or events. Whether it's a book club or a language exchange, participating in group activities builds confidence. 8. Use technology to your advantage. Technology offers endless resources to improve your English. AI tools. Use tools like ChatGPT to simulate conversations or ask questions about grammar and vocabulary. Podcasts and audiobooks. Listen to English podcasts like The English We Speak or audiobooks of your favorite novels. 9. Learn cultural context. Language is deeply tied to culture. Understanding cultural norms and expressions helps you communicate more naturally. Idioms and phrases. Learn common idioms like "break the ice" to start a conversation. "It's raining cats and dogs." "It's raining heavily." Observe manners. Politeness is important in English-speaking cultures. Use phrases like "please," "thank you," and "excuse me." 10. Stay motivated and track progress. Learning a language is a long journey, but staying motivated makes it enjoyable. Set small, achievable goals. Example: this week, I will learn 20 new words and practice a 5-minute conversation. Celebrate milestones. Reward yourself when you achieve something, like completing a lesson or having your first conversation in English. Reflect on progress. Keep a journal where you write down what you've learned and how you've improved over time.